Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella and today is Sunday, so that means coffee clutch. Coffee clutch is a word that we use in Flanders. It means that we are gathering together, have a coffee and a cookie. I don't have a cookie with me because Muffin ate my cookie. Oh no, I have a little bit more left. So this is a typical West Flanders cookie. It's called galette, that we used to say. My grandmother made these, and she was a formidable woman. She was, what a woman. She always wore those hats with fruit in it. Fruit or flowers, or she was a very colorful person, very well liked. Very generous, and everybody came to her on Sunday to have one of her magnificent cakes, and she baked the best bread ever. And those were big loaves, and she held it in her arms. And first, she made with her knife a cross on the back to how you call it, to bless it. And then she turned it, and then she started cutting it meticulously into slices. And yeah, that's my quick grandmother story. I had a really good reading week. This is what I read in 1 week. 1 week. This is not yeah, that's it. 3,000 pages in 1 week. Yeah, I didn't have much to do. I won't be able to do that the next couple of weeks because I have to travel to Brussels quite a few times, and yeah, then I'm more focused on work and everything. So this is what I read this week, though. One of the books that I read for Doorstopper Doom was Bonita Avenue by Peter Buwalda. He's a Dutch author. It's about, well, the main character is Joni Sigerius. She is the stepdaughter of a very highly respected professor that is asked to become a minister. And but Joni has a dark secret, and the setting is also during the fireworks disaster in Scheveningen. Yeah, Scheveningen. And yeah, it's everybody liked it. I wasn't impressed in a way. I thought it was also very ambitious, and the guy can write, Peter Buwalda can write, that's for sure. So it was exciting to discover this author. So I will read more of him, but I wasn't too impressed by this book. I only gave it 3 stars. But, and I also think, and that's something that Belgian and Dutch authors have too much, it is too regional. They mention too many things that only we can know, and for an English reader or an American reader, it isn't interesting. Those things have no added value at all, and but still you have to read it, and then there must be, I don't know, explanations in the back. What is he talking about? And it has no real value in the story. So that's a mistake a lot of authors make, I'm afraid. Yeah. Also by a Dutch author. Mark Nash talked about it last week, gave it 5 stars. By accident, I brought it from the library on the same day. And I started reading it immediately, although it is Doorstopper Doom, but I said, what the heck, I really want to read it. It is the opposite of a person. I've read it in Dutch, of course, Het tegenovergestelde van een mens, by Lieke Marsman. Remember this name, Lieke Marsman. The opposite of a person is a 5-star read. It is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, Lieke Marsman is a novelist, an essayist, poet, and also a philosopher. And the main story is about a woman who is in a relationship with another woman. She is in between jobs, and but she just finished her majors, I believe, and she gets the opportunity to go to the north of Italy to examine the effect of a dam on nature, and they are planning to destroy the dam because it doesn't generate enough power. So they are planning to how do you call it, demolish the dam, and they want to examine the effect on it. And she stays there for 3 months. It is partly memoir, it is partly essay of the effects on nature, it is partly poetry. It is brilliant. But what Lieke Marsman does, this is so genre-defying of a book. This is a brilliant exercise of how modern literature can be. So what she does is, she tells you stories. Really well-written stories. It goes bling, 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 bling. And she says, look at the bling, look at the blingy things, look at it, shiny, shiny, ooh, look at it. And you really enjoy what you're reading. But meanwhile, she has something else going on here, and you don't see that, and suddenly it hits you right in the face. That's what she does. Ah, what a brilliant, brilliant book. Oh. The Opposite of a Person by Lieke Marsman. Read it. Then I read, for Doorstopper Doom, Margaret Atwood, The Blind Assassin. She won the Booker in 2000 for it. It is a brilliant book. Also 4 stars? 4.5. No, it's a 5-star read. I need to change that. It's a 5-star read. So it's about 2 sisters, Iris and Laura. And at the beginning of the book, Laura commits suicide by driving a car off a cliff. People see it happening. They know for sure that it is a suicide. And the book is a sort of collection of newspaper clippings, a book within a book that Laurie has written, or Laura has written. And then we have the account of Iris, who 40 years on talks about her sister. And at the beginning you think, well, there's a lot of info and a lot of but it's so well written, and she says so many interesting things. You really want to know what's happening. So by the end, you are blown away how everything falls together, and it's really good. It's really good. But Lieke Marsman, so good. Then I read, also for Doorstopper Doom, a non-fiction book by Thimothy C. Winegard, The Mosquito, and it's called A Human History of Our Deadliest Predator. This is brilliant. I learned so much. I just didn't know that malaria existed in my part of the world. I always thought that it was more for people who lived in Africa and in these the more warmer, humid places. But actually, no, it also happened here. They just called it swamp fever. And it had a huge effect on our population, our history, in the sense that it was, after a while, used as biological warfare. Not only during the Succession War in the States, but also the Napoleonic Wars used it. So it's, it is really brilliant. It's an absolute must-read, very intelligent, very well written. It reads like a novel. It's, I loved it. I really loved it. Highly recommend it. Then, I'm glad that finally our Dutch editors have discovered Octavia E. Butler. For the first time, they are translating her works. And they have discovered Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. It was written in the 70s. And this is the story of Dana, who is celebrating her birthday, her 30th or something, in 1976. And on her birthday, she's teleported back to 1815 in Maryland. 1815, that means slavery is still going on, still happening. And she has to save a white boy called Rufus. He is drowning in a river and she sees it happening, so she swims towards him, takes him out of the water, does CPR and saves him. And then she goes back to 1976, but every time Rufus is in danger, she's drawn back into 1815, and the times she has to stay there are longer and longer and longer, months, years, and during the time that she is in 1815 and on, she lives there as a slave. It is an amazing story. Amazing story. I was blown away by it. 5 stars for me. Oh, this is a must read for everybody, And then yesterday evening, I quickly had some time, so I felt like something quick and easy, and that's Amélie Nothomb's Le Journal d'Hirondelle. How do you call it? Journal d'Hirondelle. It's not translated in English. It's about an assassin, a hired killer, or what you call it, a hitman, who has to kill a minister and his family, and he falls in love with a girl he has killed because he took her diary with him and he started reading it. That's it. That's enough, I think. So yeah, that was my reads. I'm halfway of Doorstopper Doom. I've read already 9 or 500 plus pages books. So that gives me time to read something really big, like maybe the Tales of Genji or the complete Wolf Hall trilogy. Not sure if I will finish that. It all depends on my weeks ahead because I have to travel. Oh, we'll see. I already read The Lonesome Dove and Alexandre Dumas. I've already read those, so it doesn't make sense. But I've already started The Peacock by Isabel Bogdan because Sean Mooney talked about it in his video of today. I will drop a link. It sounded so funny, and I had it on my Kindle, so I started reading it, and it is indeed fun. So I really need that as a sort of a palate cleanser. And I'm hesitating between the Tales of Genji and Wolf Hall. I don't know. Wolf Hall has been a while, but then again, The Mirror and the Light was only recent. And there's one thing I want to say, though. When I did the body tag, a lot of people were like shocked. I didn't realize that. For me, yeah, I've had quite a few accidents. Yeah, that's true. But I've lived a life. I've really lived a life. And boy, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of adventures. I'm a happy person, you know. I have a rich life. I am not the type of person who is happy with a normal everyday life. It's not for me, so I know that. And then things might happen. I may break things, I may lose things, I may have breakups because of it. It's in my nature. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't. I'm happy. I'm really happy. I have a wonderful life, a rich life full of stories. And I hope you do too in your way. And I hope you live the life you want to live, you dream of. And if that is a life where you are happy with a dog, 3 children, and a husband, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's no worse or better than mine. It's all our lives, and we decide how to live it if we can. If the environment and the circumstances allows us to live our life the way we want to, we have to. And it doesn't have to be special. If you want to live in a comfort for the rest of your life and pray for the rest of your life, well, that's fantastic. You can do that. I did what I did with not always big success, but I had fun. So yeah, there you go. I hope you have a wonderful week, an exciting week, full of adventures on and off page, and see you next time. Bye-bye.